Welcome back to Viva Burlesque, and in today's edition I'm having an interview with a marvelous lady. She's not only putting the C in chic, she is everything. Give it up all the way from the UK for Eliza Delite.
Hi, my name's Eliza Delite and I'm from the UK and I'm a burlesque artist.
So let's get started. How did COVID change your life?
COVID changed my life in many ways, good ways and bad ways. I was on tour with the Firebirds Burlesque show in Germany when the pandemic hit, and unfortunately halfway through our tour we had to cancel our shows and fly home to our respective countries. It was really heartbreaking, and it took me a really long time to come to terms with what was happening. Since then I lost basically all my work. I've managed to do a handful of shows in the last year between a few of our lockdowns here in the UK. I even managed to get to Rome for a show, which was lovely. Otherwise, I have been, like many other burlesque performers in the past year, out of work, which has been really sad because I have so much to give.
Yeah, you're exactly getting the words out of my mouth. It is heartbreaking, to say the least. But what have you, besides being heartbroken, been up to, and besides looking this beautiful, sorry, little girl crush, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
I don't think I would ever have given myself the break that the pandemic has made me take. So if it's even possible to put a positive spin on things, it is that I have been able to take some time off that I haven't been able to take off in my entire career, which has allowed me to take better care of myself. I fell in love with running during the pandemic. So at the beginning of the pandemic I was running as a way to vent my anger and frustration about the situation. Now I run for joy and for pleasure, and it gives me a real buzz, and it gives me the adrenaline that I miss from being on stage, and it also gives me a chance to switch off and not be looking at messages or the internet or social media, and to just be outside, get some fresh air, listen to some good music, and always feel better after a run. So I can thoroughly recommend that. I also have started up a Patreon as a way to continue to share my art and to also share a little bit about the workings behind what I do. So I've started that up as a means to explain and demonstrate to those interested about what goes into being a burlesque performer, and also show them some of the stuff that I don't post on my regular social media. But the summer came around and Arts Council England were awarding grants to professionals and artists wanting to develop their practice. So I decided to apply, and very amazingly they awarded me a grant, which is incredible. They gave me a grant to work on this project, which is allowing me to also employ a lot of other creatives within the industry who've also been affected by COVID. So it means that I've been able to work with set designers, prop designers, graphic designers, photographers, costumiers, wig makers, anyone that's associated with the work that goes into making a burlesque performance. So it's been really nice to feel like that money is going to a lot of different people and that it's being felt in different areas of the industry.
Wow, I'm like, what? So you've started a Patreon, you started running, you won a grant. Anything else?
Also in September I joined my local personal training group and began weight training, and also learning about nutrition and really learning how to take care of my physical self, which has been amazing because it's not something I ever really felt I had the time to properly invest in before, but obviously it's really important with the job that I do, and I think that actually I probably am in better shape than I was before. So that's been amazing, and it's just been fantastic, and it's really kept me positive, staying positive.
There is literally nothing that you can do, is there? I'm completely aroused by all the things you have been doing. And it's really true. Like, you have to take care of your physical self. And before, we were not able to, because we were always in a plane or rushing or going there and there. And you just don't have the time to do these things. So thank you for sharing that. And I love to get some tips on getting back in shape and working on my physical self, because it's necessary. Have you maybe had the time to start a new company?
Yes, I have started a new company. So during the summer, I got into doing some macrame, which is a technique where you're using ropes and fibers and things, and you knot them in lots of pretty patterns, and you can make all sorts of things that way. I started doing it as a sort of therapeutic thing for myself. I wanted something relaxing and crafty to do in the back garden, to keep my hands busy and my mind busy and stop me thinking about how dreadful the whole lockdown situation was. So I made a few bits and pieces for myself, and I shared them online, and people were really excited about them and wanted to buy them. So I ended up setting up an online shop, and I even collaborated with another burlesque performer, Missy Malone, who is also a stylist, and she asked me to provide her with some pieces for a bridal photo shoot, and I ended up making a whole dress, which since has been ordered by a client in Switzerland, so I made another one. And that whole thing just completely just blew up during the summer of 2020.
Wow. I thought the story couldn't get more better or couldn't get more exciting, but there's so many things you have been doing, and it looks like it's all turning into a huge success. Everything you touch turns into gold or glitter. So good for you. Yay. I'm so happy. And I'm definitely gonna prescribe myself to your Patreon, because I do need more tips on everything that you're doing, because it's just really incredible. How are you standing on the point of view on online businesses or online teaching or online shows? What is your point of view on this?
It's hard because I had to think about how to still earn money. Online shows isn't something I've really participated in, because the feeling of being on stage is something that's so important to me, and the buzz that I get from performing to a live audience is the real reason that I'm a performer. So I would rather wait and feel that joy again on stage than feel a sort of diluted version of that by doing it online. I think it's really good that performers have been doing online shows, and I think it's probably opened up a much wider audience for performers across the world to be seen, and so I think it's a really good thing, but I don't think it was something that was for me. Teaching, I do private mentoring. I don't really advertise it very much, and it's really, really rewarding to talk to somebody and talk them through a lot of the issues that I faced myself, and to be able to help them up their game and improve their work and overcome those issues. So teaching on a one-to-one basis is something I am doing. So yeah.
So people can also get private sessions with you. There's literally nothing that you can't cover, and I think we can all find it on your Patreon. If there's a thing that you miss most and you want to tell our viewers, what would it be? And it can be several things, because you have a lot of interesting information. Please share all your wisdom with us, Eliza.
I really, really miss traveling. I really love getting on a plane. I really love that feeling of being in the air and takeoff, and going somewhere to do a show. There's a sense of adventure that you cannot beat. I just love it so much, and being in different countries and listening to the different languages and having the different cuisines, and I just really, really miss traveling, and that's something that I really, really, really need to come back soon. My biggest wish, I think, is probably to be able to get back on stage and perform to real audiences, and also to be able to spend time with those audience members after the show, because that's one thing I really, really miss. Keep looking after yourselves, stay safe, and if you are interested in finding out any more about what I do and how I create my acts and my costumes and makeup and all sorts of things like that, you can sign up to my Patreon account, which is www.patreon.com/Eliza Delite. There is a link in my Instagram bio to my online shop where you can also buy signed photographs if you would like one. And I hope to see you, in person when this whole thing's over. Thank you so much, Viva Burlesque, for having me. It has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. I can't wait until this pandemic's over and we can all get together again soon.
What a woman, what a woman. I can't find the words. I'm even starting to talk in my own language. This is how I'm surprised by this lady and about what she has accomplished in this COVID period. Keep following Viva Burlesque, and I'm just gonna get sassy in my living room today. Thank you so much for watching. This is Misbehave, and have a nice day.